The Ministry of External Affairs has read the Riot Act to Canada after top Canadian officials in the Trudeau administration resorted to planting fake stories against the Indian government. This in connection with the Hardeep Singh Nijjar case. Now, recently, viewers, top Canadian government officials, that is Trudeau's National Security Advisor and Canada's Deputy Foreign Minister, admitted to leaking some sensitive information against the Indian government to the Washington Post. And India is in no mood to let this go. The Indian government has warned that their irresponsible actions will have serious consequences for bilateral ties. The MEA has also confirmed that a Canadian High Commission official was summoned and handed over a diplomatic note for their latest act of propaganda. Listen in.
We had summoned the representative of the Canadian High Commission yesterday. A diplomatic note was handed over in reference to the proceedings of the Standing Committee on Public Safety and National Security in Ottawa on October 29th, 2024. It was conveyed in the note that the Government of India protests in the strongest terms to the absurd and baseless references made to the Union Home Minister of India before the committee by Deputy Minister David Morrison. In fact, the revelation that high Canadian officials deliberately leak unfounded insinuations to the international media as part of a conscious strategy to discredit India and influence other nations only confirms the view Government of India has long held about current Canadian government's political agenda and behavioral pattern. Such irresponsible actions will have serious consequences for bilateral ties.
Now, India in the past, two viewers had shown the mirror to Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau after he admitted that his government had no hard evidence when it initially accused India of being involved in the killing of Khalistani extremist Hardeep Singh Nijjar. Justin Trudeau, who earlier was testifying before the Foreign Interference Inquiry, acknowledged that when his government implicated India in Nijjar's assassination last year, they were acting on intelligence rather than definitive evidence.
We chose to continue to work behind the scenes to try and get India to cooperate with us. Their asks of us was, well, how much do you know? Give us the evidence you have on this. And our response was, well, it's within your security agencies. You should be looking into how much they know. You should be engaging us. No, tell us what you know. Show us the evidence. And at that point, it was primarily intelligence, not hard evidentiary proof. So we said, well, let's work together and look into your security services, and maybe we can get that done.
Now, while appearing before the Foreign Interference Commission, two top Canadian officials admitted that they fed information against India in the Nijjar case to the US newspaper as part of their communication strategy. They also claimed that they leaked the information because they felt it was necessary. Listen in to the Canadian admissions.
Within our strategy, we were talking to different audiences. And so we deliberately chose, as Madame Durand said in her introductory remarks, a credible, internationally read newspaper that would carry our side of the story. We chose a journalist who had a long record of background in this particular issue. He had written on it a number of times before.
The reason why we offered, as I said in my opening remarks, a background interview to the Washington Post was really to make sure that our side of the story will become clearly and be widely spread, especially at the international level. That was the strategy behind the background interview we gave.